So this is my funny gas station story. Every time I tell this story to some people, they laugh until they cry and they can't believe that this has happened. And up until now, they didn't know anybody who did this. So now you guys know somebody too. One day I was driving home from work and I had to go by my grandma's to take her to a wake. Took about 20-25 minutes to get to her house, but I needed to stop for gas. So I'd stopped at this gas station all the time. I'm familiar with it. I know it. Just go all the time. So I go in and I pay my money and tell them which number it is. So I come out and I put the hose in my tank and turn it on. Now, I'm sure you guys know that when most of the hoses have where you could clip it underneath and it stays and you don't even have to hold it. So I clipped it up. I used the squeegee, cleaned my windows, the whole bit. I heard the thing click, so I was almost done washing my windows when I heard it click. I put the squeegee board back into the squeegee thing back into its place. I get in my car, I drive away like nothing, normal. So I see this, as I'm pulling out of the gas station, someone's pulling in, and they're looking at me, and I was kind of like, what are you looking at? Kind of like, you're rude. So anyways, I'm driving down Irving Park Road, which is 2 lanes for the most part, and it's pretty busy. And in some parts, it's considered like not a highway, but close to it. Something similar to a highway. Anyways, it's 2 lanes on each side, so 4 lanes total. So I'm in the left lane, and I look out my side mirror, and I was like, what is that? What is coming out of what's on the side of my car? So I get in the right lane, and I pull into, there's like a little, a store with a restaurant, like a mini deli and a tanning spot, and then other side is apartments. And it's like a little street, so I pull in there, and I pull into where the apartments were, and I pull into like the little driveway thing to look. Well, some guy had followed me and said, "You got a gas hose hanging out of your car." I was so embarrassed. So embarrassed. It's like, thanks, I got it. Wishing that he would just go away. So he finally left. I pull into a spot because now people are coming out of their apartment buildings and, driving off. So I go look, and it was the nozzle with a little part, with the hose hanging out of my car. I pulled it out of the tank. When I heard it click, apparently after I put the squeegee away, I didn't take out the hose. So I pulled the hose and the nozzle, still stuck in my gas tank, with the hose out of the thing at the gas station, out of the big tank at the gas station. And I drove for like a mile. So I had no idea what to do. This never happened before. I didn't know anybody. I'm freaking out. I called my mom. Before I called my mom, I took it out and I laid it in my back seat. I'm lucky my car didn't start on fire with the gas leaking and everything. So I'm freaking out. I call my mom. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I pulled it out. So I was like, okay, calm down. Calm down. Try to find a place to throw it out. Can you see anything? Well, behind this restaurant / tanning place, which are 2 separate, by the way, there was one of those big dumpsters. So I was like, yes. So I take the hose out of my back seat, and I walk and I cross the little street, and I throw it in their dumpster. Well, I was a little nervous because actually the owner of that restaurant, his daughter's student taught at my school that I worked at, which is where I was coming from. So I'm all a nervous wreck. I'm so nervous. I'm afraid that I'm going to blow this place up. I'm afraid I'm going to get like a $500 ticket because I didn't return it. I didn't return it. It was I put it in the dumpster and went away. I was afraid. My a picture of me was up at this place, like a wanted picture with my car and my face. Someone had told me, oh yeah, they record those things, so I'm sure they got a picture of your license plate, and they got a picture of you as well. So I'm like, oh geez, here we go. My picture's gonna be up there. My car is gonna be up there. I don't know what to do. I can't ever go back there, ever again. So the next day going to work, I drive by that. I drive by the restaurant to make sure that it's still standing and that there was no fire, because that would have been my luck and I would have felt even worse. That was still there. So then I drive by the gas station to see how that's doing, because I'm afraid that that's not going to be standing there. So I go by and it's still there. Of course, the hose and the nozzle are not there because I pulled it out when I drove away, but everything is still there. So every week I drive by, and within like 2 or 3 days they had replaced the nozzle and the hose, so that was okay. But someone had told me it takes about 8 weeks for a ticket to come in the mail. So every day I'm checking, I wait like 2 months. There's nothing there. I'm all worried, still worried. So then 8 weeks goes by, no ticket. So I'm able to breathe a little easier. Still can't believe that I did this. So breathe a little easier. Nothing happens. Everybody's like, I'm telling my story to everybody. They're cracking up. So I can never go back to this gas station again. So, okay, year goes by, 2 years, 5 years goes by. My brother and I are in the area. My brother has to stop for gas. So he's like, okay, I got to stop for gas, and goes to this gas station. I was like, oh, here we go. Afraid they were going to recognize me. So what I did was, when he went in to pay, I said, Mitchie, when you go in there to pay, see if my picture is up. With my picture in my car, you know what my car looks like. See if there's a picture up there. So he comes back. No, there's no picture. There's no picture of you, no picture of your car. I said, are you sure? Yes, there's no picture. Now, before that, every time I got pulled over, I was like, and I had gotten pulled over like twice. So I was like, oh, they're going to know my car. I'm in the area all the time. If I get pulled over, they're going to run my license plate number, and they're going to see that I did this, and that's it. I'm going to get like 3 tickets now. But anyway, so that didn't happen. So my picture wasn't up. My car picture wasn't up. My face picture, there wasn't like a most wanted or looking or if see, call police, none of that. So after that, I'm in my car in the area again. So I need gas. So I go there. So I go in. Now, you go to the same gas station, so they kind of recognize your face. I don't know, maybe not. But anyways, I go in there. I see the woman. Hi, I would like $20 on number whatever. Oh, okay, here you go. Nothing. Doesn't recognize me. And now, granted, it had been 5 years, but didn't say anything. My picture wasn't up. Nothing. So I am proud to say that I went back to that gas station. No ticket. My picture wasn't up, and my picture wasn't up. So now I'm free to get gas there again. Although, I think since then, and I've been in that area quite a bit, but since then, I've only gotten gas there once or twice. I don't want to push my luck. And it just so happened, but a month ago or so, a former coworker of mine who knows this story, she texted me, she goes, oh my gosh, I almost pulled it out. She goes, I got in my car and I started to drive and I remembered that it was in there. She's like, and I thought of you. So now you know someone who has pulled the gas hose and the nozzle out of the gas tank.